Happy New Year, everybody, and very exciting. It's a new decade, 2020. Lots of opportunities lying ahead and lots of exciting things to get involved in. So I'm sure most of you at this time of year start thinking about New Year's resolutions, new goals, new challenges, and what are you going to do differently for the new year ahead and the new decade ahead. And we all try and set ourselves some goals, and we set ourselves some New Year's resolutions, and we spend so much time fixing on the end goal, we forget about all the small steps that we need to make to get to that end goal. And the end goal is important because that's what we're all striving. We're all striving to get to somewhere or to achieve something. But we need to celebrate all the small steps as well. And we also need to take small steps to get to our goal. So, we'll set ourselves a goal. Whatever that might be. It might be that you want to take up running and you're thinking, how am I going to get from walking to running and being able to run a 5k or a 10k or a half a marathon? Well, if you've never run before, you're not just going to pull on your trainers and go out running and run for 10 miles and then be so disappointed because you'll be so tired and you'll be worn out because you've never run before, and you'll be like, oh my God, I can't do this. And you'll have set yourself up for a fall. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to set yourself a challenge and then just go hell for leather and take giant leaps, because you could essentially put yourself off, and then you don't want to do anything else towards that challenge. So using the example of running, if running is something that you want to start this year, then start off slowly. Enlist the help of a running app or a friend that's a runner, or join a running club, or, and take those small steps. Go out, do a little bit of walking, a little bit of running, until you start to build it up. And over a period of a few weeks, when you start building those things up, things will start to change, and you'll start to make those longer steps towards your goal. But don't try and just do it all at once, because you could just put yourself off. And if you're trying to eat healthier this year, then maybe change one meal a day to start. Maybe that's your breakfast. Maybe you'll do something different with your breakfast. And when that starts working and that becomes the norm, business as usual, then you can start thinking, oh, I'll change another meal time. Because I think sometimes what we forget as well is, take the example of driving. Those of us that are drivers sometimes will get from one destination to another and think, how have we done that? How have we got to that place? I didn't even think about it. And that's because we've got so used to doing it, and it's become part of our second nature. It's become part of our routine. We don't think about it. But when you think back to when you first started learning how to drive, you were probably thinking, oh my God, how on earth am I ever going to drive to town? However am I ever going to drive, further than 10 miles? How am I going to do that? And you'll have had a real panic about it. But you know what? Over the years, you've built your confidence, you've driven further, you've done more with your driving, and all of a sudden, you're not thinking about your driving, you're just doing it. And that's really what we need to do with any goals or any New Year's resolutions, any new challenges that we're setting ourselves to do. It will be difficult at first. It's not easy, and challenging ourselves and stepping out of our comfort zones is never easy. But if we just remember, if we take those small steps and embed it into our daily routine so it becomes routine, it will be much easier to achieve, and you'll do it. You'll achieve what you want to achieve. So I'm really pleased if you've set yourself some goals and ambitions for this year. I know I have. I've set myself some goals as well, and I'm starting to take those small steps towards those. But celebrate those small steps. Be proud of what you want to do. Have the end goal in sight, but just be mindful. Take baby steps. Make them longer steps, and make sure you embed it into your routine so that you enjoy what you're doing and it becomes business as usual, and you actually achieve what you want to achieve. So good luck, everybody, and welcome to 2020, the year of new opportunities.